that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
So here's Miami's starting group. The guard pair will be Hero and Jaquez. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5. There's Hero with the 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Shea in the corner. From outside, off the mark. Wiggins outside, driving to the basket. Jaquez with a wide open look. No good on the triple.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Here's Krejci. It's good from long range.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And so here's Atlanta, following the 3 by Miami. Here is Daniels, covered by Wiggins. Here's Johnson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part is they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
Here is Daniels. Kicks it out to Johnson. Daniels can't get the putback. Miami's on 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Jaquez outside. There's a screen. Here's Ware. No good with the triple. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. They trail by 1. And he's good on the 3-ball. Johnson's got 5 now.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
And he has a knack to score on the move. Wiggins stays in control even when he's at full speed.
Here's Krejci. He's covered by Hero. 3-pointer. Johnson can't get it to go.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game, for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder. The Hawks trail by 3. And at this point, Tyler Hero's used to hearing his name in just about every trade rumor that comes along, Stan. I would assume that's got to be a little disconcerting for a player.
It probably is, Kevin, but give him a lot of credit. It never seems to bother him, at least in terms of affecting his play on the floor. He still puts up big numbers. He plays with great confidence. Tyler Hero's an outstanding offensive player.
Here's Shea. Still yet to score. Such a wide open look.
A true highlight of Shea's game, his ability to just knock it down from beyond.
Hero with it. And guarded by Capella. Here's Ware. And again, it's the Heat missing.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Pass to Rizachet. Shoots the three. Another three for Atlanta. And so here is Miami. It's a three-point game. Wiggins kicks to Hero. Hits it from three-point range. Hero's got 6.
Oh, a dead-eye shooter. Hero is always ready to snipe it off the feed.
And that one's good. Wiggins. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Pass to Daniel. Here's Krejci. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Heat lead by 3. 2K. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And not only that, their elite conditioning evident from the pace they're playing offensively. Boy, they are getting out and running.
They've got Trae Young. Also, Terrence Mann is out there. Karis LeVert is out there with Okongwu. And Gay is in at the power forward. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. And here's Love from the arc. And the Heat, another three.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to Love. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Well, anytime you can get a good look close in like that, it's always your best option.
Young looking around. Now here's LeVert. The Trae. They get it back. Back to Young. Okongwu with a screen on Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. The shot by Okongwu. No good. Miami's gone 6 of 11 when they're taking the three-point shot tonight. Very respectable. Burks' shot is good.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake.
Burks on the wing. Ball's knocked loose. And here they come. Here's Okongwu. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? The coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement.
Burks for 3, and the Heat, another 3. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
You certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
There's the pick. Here's Young, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Burks looking around, fires from deep. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Offline with his 3. The Hawks trail by 3. LeVert with a wide open look, and it's all evened up. LeVert's got 6.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Here's Jovic. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And hard to miss the wide open man that time. Kudos to Young for finding him.
Here's Mitchell. Will it go? He lays it in. Mitchell's got the game tied up here for the Heat. The Hawks have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Young inside. Pass to man. Mitchell against LeVert. Back to man. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Gay misses. And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. Wallace with it. Okongwu covering. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. Drills the three-pointer. And it's a 3-point Heat lead.
Terrific ball movement leading to the basket. You love to see it.
Here's Mitchell. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Mitchell's got 4 points this quarter. Atlanta's gone 4 of 7 on 3-point shots in the second quarter. And LeVert, here we go. Good on the bucket.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Pass to Jovic. Knocks down the 3-ball. Jovic has got the lead up to 6 now for Miami.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
Young finds Okongwu. Off with the layup.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And so it's the Miami Heat with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where... Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. The guard pair will be Hero and Hawkins. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center, locking down the middle. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. That's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Here is Daniels, covered by Wiggins. Little over a minute gone here in the second half. For 3, Preachy, no good. The Heat leading by 8. Inside, it's stolen by Capella. Fast break, here they come. Pushing it up. Stops. Pops. Pass to Rizachet from deep. And it's Miami with the rebound. Ware's got his 5th rebound in this one. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. And I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly, DA is a two-way threat. Ware, and he gets it to go. Ware's got 5 points so far.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Ware, no good. The Hawks trail by 8. Johnson kicks to Daniels. Capella inside. Adebayo on him. Kicks it out to Johnson. Pass to Krejci. Clock at 6. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by the Heat. They've led by as many as 11 points. Here's Ware. Drives to the hoop. Wiggins in the post. He's covered by Daniels. Ware, no good. Man has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. That one goes. Count it. He's got 8. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. 6-point lead. Adebayo passes to Ware. Back to Adebayo. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. Hawks have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Now, we're used to the stretch big men these days, Stan. That's not Bam Adebayo's game, though. How is he still effective?
Well, Kevin, Bam is a highly skilled big in his own right. He just doesn't have the three-point shot. But he's got the ball handling, he's got the passing, and he's got the mid-range jumper, and he puts those things together into a very effective package.
Yeah, he has a good handle, doesn't he?
He's got a great handle.
Young sets a screen for LeVert. Young outside. Here's Mann. Burks covering. Mann passes to Capella. Back to Mann. Pass to Young. From downtown. Rebound by the Heat. Here's Jovic. Works for 3. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they perform at the line.
The Hawks making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. The Heat also with a sub. Highsmith is checked in. From down in the low post, it goes. Highsmith's got his first basket.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Young outside. Up in time. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Miami going into the break with a 10-point lead. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. Terrence Mann is out there with Young. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Okongwu. And Gay is in at the 4. So that's the Hawks 5. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. But you can't make it that obvious.
Here's Mann going inside.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
And the foul on Alec Burks. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And Miami going with a whole new group out there. Pass to Daniels. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. LeVert sets a screen for Rizachet. And Rizachet, the prototypical. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen.
Officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's called about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Daniels passes to LeVert. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists now in this one.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Here's Hero, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Heat lead by 5.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
After Rizachet, Johnson with a screen on Hero. Stolen by Hero. Rizachet with the steal. Here's Johnson. Back to Daniels. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And the dunk by Rizachet.
Rizachet so talented with the ball in his hands.
The Heat leading by 3. Here's Hero. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Rizachet in the corner. LeVert against Hockhead. Out to the wing. Now Rizachet. LeVert finds Johnson. The 3. It's hauled in by Hero.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. It's good. Rizachet's got 4 points in the quarter.
Assertive play by Rizachet. Not every rookie is ready to shoulder the big moment.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's foul number 2 for him. Alec Burks checked in for the Heat. Now off the inbound.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
The Hawks trail by 7. 1:25 left in the game. And it's LeVert missing.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Adebayo kicks to Wiggins. Kicks it out to Hero. His 3-pointers off the mark. For Atlanta, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. And that one's good. Daniels.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Outside, Hero. 46 seconds left in the fourth. Yes, that goes in. And the Heat lead by 6.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Yeah, you hate to give up a foul on a 3-point attempt.
And that one will not go for him, but he does have 2 more to shoot. Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Hawks. And he finally gets one to drop after missing the first 2. That brings them within 5.
And that was such a great chance to make it a 1-possession game, and he barely got anything out of it. That's tough.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident that he'd be able to go up and knock those down.
The shot by Okongwu, no good. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Wiggins drives in, and Wiggins throws it down hard.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Pass to Ware from past the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. And now a 12-point Miami lead. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks.
safe to say they don't particularly like each other.
And I think fans really gravitate towards that sort of dislike. It just puts an extra added ingredient of intensity on a game like this. So for the fan bases, this one's big.
Now a look at Detroit's starting lineup. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cade Cunningham out there with Tim Hardaway. And it's Duren in at the 5. 6 to shoot. Here's Rizachet. The jumper from the wing off target. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. Duren the screen from deep. And Cunningham with a 3.
And I think when Cade keeps it simple like that, good things happen.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, I did have a chance to talk with head coach Quinn Snyder. I asked him what's the key to slowing down Cade Cunningham. Coach said, quote, not letting him get clean looks inside the arc. Cade is a terrific mid-range shooter and a solid finisher inside, so we just have to get a hand in his face on every shot. Limiting his production could be the difference in this game.
And Allie, thanks. Here's Daniels. Pass to Krejci. Capella, screen on Hardaway. That's tipped. Thompson with a steal. And here they come. Hardaway, the pass to Harris. This one for 3. Capella with a rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And it's Krejci missing. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
And that was special. It's easy to be excited about Duren's future in this league.
Here's Krejci. It's tipped. Thompson outside. Here's the break. Here's Rizachet. Oh, hammers it home. Taking it the length of the court.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you got to be excited about Rizachet's future in this league.
Cunningham looking it over. Three-pointer. Knocks it down from distance. Cunningham's got 6 points.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
A nice shot by Krejci.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Harris. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Here's Daniels, defended by Thompson. And count it. The shot is good, and he'll go to the line.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Atlanta shooting their first free throw of the game. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brent, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
Here's Cunningham, following the score by Atlanta. Uses the glass on the layup. Give him 8.
Ignoring the defense and cutting to get the shot. That's a great play from Cade.
Pass to Johnson. Launches a 3. Buries it from 3. It's all knotted up.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Cunningham drives in. Banked it in off the glass.
You got to have poise and you got to have body control, and Cunningham displayed both on that play.
Here's Capella. Out to the right wing. There's the screen by Johnson. Daniels. And that misses. That would have put him up. And you'd like to go 2 for 1 here, Grant.
And at the same time, you want to get a good shot here, B.A. That was execution to perfection. Textbook transition offense.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Here's Rizachet. Pass to Krejci. Over Hardaway. And it's Atlanta scoring again. Here's Cunningham. The lead is 2. Out to Harris. Cunningham up top. Up in time. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Detroit. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Pistons.
Well, they found their offensive openings in the mid-range, and they continue to find ways to open up those jump shot opportunities.
Getting to the inside is really important, but it's how close you can get to the basket. It feels like these guys are all around the rim in their attack tonight.
Here are the 5 Detroit has to start the second. They've got Dennis Schroeder, Isaiah Stewart out there with Malik Beasley. Then there's Jaden Ivey, and it's Reed in at the 5, roaming the paint. Young with it. He's picked up by Schroeder. Corner shot. And LeVert with a bucket on the assist by Young.
I think he gets as much talk, not just about his shot selection, but his playmaking.
Here's Schroeder. Gay with a rebound.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Now here's Young. Shoots over Schroeder. Young misses.
Good shot, gone bad. You gotta finish there.
Man, Brent, when Trae Young is on the floor, his teams put up ridiculous offensive numbers. What makes Trae a difference maker?
Well, I think Trae's relentlessness as an offensive player is hard to defend. I mean, he is so quick with the basketball. He gets into the teeth of the defense and causes so many problems, B.A. He sometimes has those stretches where he becomes an offense unto himself.
Now here's Beasley. No made baskets yet. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, BA, figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder isn't linear. They're working, they're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. And the Pistons with possession here, following the score by Atlanta. And here's Ivey from the arc. And again, no good by Detroit. For Atlanta, they've gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. Outside Schroeder. Beasley outside. Fires the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And he really has a nice stroke as Beasley's jumper is able to fall.
Outside man. Young with a screen on Beasley. Here's man. No good with the triple.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Schroeder passes to Reed. That 3's off the mark. Hawks trail by 4. Pass to man. Now here's LeVert. Sends it home from 3-point land. LeVert's got 5 now. Well, Grant, when the money's on. The mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes comes down to touch, obviously, and size certainly helps, and then the savvy and balance to create that space.
And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter.
And Trae Young playing floor general. He was so good and so quick at finding the open man.
Now here's Schroeder. Yet to see a basket. Ivy up top. Picked by Reed. Pass to Schroeder. And here's Ivy. Jacks up a 3. Down the pipe it goes. Schroeder with the assist. And the Pistons lead by 1.
Hot off the pass. Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Young finds LeVert. Young with a screen on Ivy. Okongwu with it. 5 on the clock. Picked up by Okongwu. LeVert passes to Young. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Ooh, poked away. Here's Gay, covered by Schroeder. Here's the 3. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Schroeder. Sweet little floater. And it's a 3-point Detroit lead.
The floater is such a deceptive and unguardable shot. You can understand why Schroeder elects to go with it there. Sweet looking on the dip. Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
There's 31 seconds left in the first half. Here's Beasley. And he goes in for the dunk.
And Beasley at 6'4", able to rise up and throw it down.
Here's Okongwu to stop the run. Tries to save it. Back to man. Pass to LeVert. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls it. Oh, made it a tough look for him as the defense really pressed up on him. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Detroit on top. They're up by 5. All right, Allie, thanks for that. We will see everyone right back after this break, ready for the second half. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
They're just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Risacher and Johnson, they're the forwards. Then there's Dyson Daniels. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Krejci in a shooting guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder. And you watch Jalen Johnson. His athleticism, man, it's unique.
Pretty unique at his size, right, B.A.? He just glides around the court. He's got great speed when they play in transition and can get above the rim. So this guy, a bit of a matchup nightmare. Just think when he gets his confidence.
Cunningham passes to Harris. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Harris has got 5.
This speaks to how confident Tobias Harris is in his offensive game, ready to shoot as soon as that ball reaches him.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. Harris passes to Cunningham. Harris a screen. The Pistons need to get one up quick. No problems knocking that one down. 12 points for him.
Yeah, Cade, hard to stop. He's got his motor revved high tonight.
Capella, the pass to Daniels. Here's Krejci. Off target from 3-point range. The Pistons lead by 6. Knocked away. Daniels passes to Krejci. There's the screen by Johnson. Back to Daniels. With the drive. Pass to Krejci. 5 to shoot. The Hawks need to get one up here. Here's Johnson. He hits it just before the shot clock expires. Johnson's got 6 in the quarter. Cunningham outside. Out to Thompson. From the high post. It's rebounded by Rizachet. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul. And out on the wings, Zach Rizachet has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
Here's Rizachet. Up again. Ooh, tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Hardaway, a good look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists now in this one.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Fires the 3. Drains the triple. Krejci's got 8.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed and getting out on him.
Cunningham outside. Out to Harris. Back to Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. He gets going. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
I love Cade Cunningham just playing this way. An electric player when he takes advantage.
And it's a completely new group for the Hawks. And a new group getting ready for the Pistons. Reed's checked in for Duren. Stewart comes in for Harris.
Timeout.
Beasley's checked in for Thompson. And Ivy subbed in for Hardaway. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And the Pistons making a change here. Schroeder's checked in. Pass to Young. We've got 1:48 left in the third quarter. And here's LeVert for 3. Pure from three-point range. Give him 8.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
Detroit shooting their second and third shots at the line here. Free throw good. Schroeder. Well, if the Pistons are going to turn things around, Brent, it needs to start on the defensive end.
And that's part of it, B.A. It's not surprising that they've been in the bottom 5 defensively over the past couple of years. And that's what happens when you pile up a bunch of young players who want to prove themselves. And by proving themselves, it usually starts on the offensive end. We'll see if these guys being together start to take some pride in stopping their opponents.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
With the game on the line, Ice Trey is dangerous man. Young said, I've been owning the moment my whole life. That's what I do. I've worked too hard to be afraid of the moment. Brian?
Well, Allie, it definitely shows in his play. It's great stuff there. Thank you. And 6-man, a common term in basketball, has a unique meaning for the Atlanta Hawks, Graham.
Yeah, it's the name of their fan base. Extremely loyal and passionate. And they've swayed the outcome of games.
Here's Schroeder. Stewart outside. And the foul called on Karis LeVert. That's his first foul of the game. We're in the bonus now, and they'll go to the line. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Atlanta.
They've been slippery getting into the lane all game long, putting that help defense to the test.
And throughout the game, the mid-range area has been their bread and butter, continuing to pull up from there with a tremendous amount of confidence.
Atlanta again missing. The Pistons have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Reed. Out to Schroeder. There's 37 seconds left in the third quarter.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
And here's LeVert for 3. The rebound by Detroit. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Beasley for 3. Oh, misses the dunk. The Hawks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. And Young, here we go. Outside for LeVert. Back to Young. There's a screen. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry. Hawks ahead, up by 2. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. We've got Isaiah Stewart. Jay Nivey is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Reed in at the center position. Brent, almost your ideal shooting guard. Malik Beasley doesn't try to do too much.
The biggest thing, BA, is the turnover percentage that he's led the league in. Malik Beasley just simply doesn't give up the ball. He makes good, steady decisions, shoots the ball at a high clip. So that kind of reliability, that's what he's paid for.
Pass to man. There's the triple. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got rebound number 7 tonight. Beasley for 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Okongwu's got his 5th rebound in this one. Shoots. Here's Gay. Let's go with a 3. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Now you have to prevent him from getting to the paint, unless you want to see a highlight.
Now Schroeder. And he makes it on the layup.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
LeVert outside. Pass to Okongwu. Got a piece of it. Here's Gay. Outside man. Nice move. Now here's Young. LeVert outside. The fader, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. A big group substitution here for Atlanta. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Johnson comes in for Gay. Risachet, he's checked in for Mann. And Daniels is subbed in for Young. And here's Harris outside. Rebounded by Daniels.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss. That kind of energy not wasted.
Here's Risachet. Back to LeVert. Pass to Capella. LeVert outside. Outside Johnson. And there's the foul. It'll go on Tim Hardaway. That's his first foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Daniels, that one's true.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Pass to Harris. They set the screen. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist in this one. The Hawks lead by 3. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th now. Here's Risachet from the arc. Rebound Detroit. Duran's got 7 rebounds in the game. Thompson scanning the floor. Cunningham outside. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta's gone 2 of 6 so far in the 4th. And here's LeVert for 3. Hey, now 5 for 8, shooting a pretty good percentage right now.
A real weapon on offense. Once LeVert sees a few go down, you know he's in the zone.
Here's Cunningham. Down low, Cunningham.
You gotta love what Cade Cunningham as a young star is bringing to this game.
LeVert, a screen on Thompson. There's the double with Thompson. Back to LeVert. Fires from deep. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the 3-point line and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that. And the team counting on Cade. He comes through.
LeVert outside. Johnson against Harris. Pass to Daniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pistons. Here's Cunningham. Out to Harris. Cunningham outside. Launches it. Oh, he nails it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. LeVert outside. Back to Daniels. 5 on the clock. Doesn't go for him. And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. What do you think Coach will be drawing up here?
I would honestly attempt to get the ball near the rim, because even if the shot doesn't fall, a quick putback will suffice.
And so it's Atlanta who scrapes by with a win. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. Now
power forward. Coming into this game, Stan, it's clear who the media thinks will win. We've been reading about it and hearing about it for the last couple days.
Yeah, but Kevin, you know, none of us in the media know what we're talking about. It's just a lot of speculation. And look, it's a cliche, but it's also true. The games aren't won on paper, they're won out on the court, and anyone in the NBA can beat anyone else on a given night.
Which makes me look forward to this one.
Absolutely.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. We've got Asar Thompson, Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Cunningham, and it's Hardaway in at the two-guard spot. Now Hero, following the three-point attempt by Bam Adebayo. Just 5 to shoot. A three-pointer, Wiggins drops in the tray.
And pretty consistent from range. Wiggins has the natural tools to do a little bit of everything.
Cunningham passes to Hardaway, launches it, gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Jaquez against Cunningham. Here's Ware. Pass to Adebayo. And again, Miami with the triple.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
And Cunningham with the slam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Jaquez with the ball. Duran picks him up. Offensive rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Cunningham looking it over. Three-pointer. And again, Cunningham missing. Miami's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
Now Hardaway, following the three-point attempt by Cade Cunningham, pulls up on the wing.
And have to love that tenaciousness there by Wiggins. He has all the tools to be a great defender.
Jaquez finds Wiggins. The three. Rebound by the Pistons. Here we go, all alone. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Jaquez with the bucket.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
A revenge bucket right there. Cunningham making up for the 3 points at the other end.
Wiggins against Hardaway. Ware passes to Jaquez. This one for three. And the Heat, another three.
And no matter who it is, that kind of team isn't going to get it done.
Pass to Stewart. And he drives in, lays it up off the glass.
Well, you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Hardaway with the steal. And now the Pistons fast break. Cunningham for three. Score the basket is third after 5 shots.
And you see that one motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance. You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now, here's Cunningham. Thompson in the post. Is defending. Stewart passes to Thompson. 6 on the shot clock. And good that time.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket. Great energy on the deflection, and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Pass to Adebayo. Good on the triple. Adebayo's got 6 points.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And I also have to call out how they've outworked their opponent, doing a great job of crashing the offensive glass and just creating those second chance points.
We've got Kevin Love. Mitchell is out there with Alec Burks. And it's Jovic in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Well, the Miami Heat have always been in contention, Stan, for the East, and you've worked in the organization. Why is that?
Well, look, Kevin, I'll admit to a bit of a bias here, but they have a great coach, maybe the best in the league. He's been there since 2008. That consistency and continuity really helps, and this team expects themselves to win no matter what they go through.
Detroit's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better, bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
Pass to Jovic. Love with the screen on Harris. Here's Jovic. And there's another one for the Heat.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
First personal foul. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Jovic. That 3 off the mark. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Harris kicks to Reed. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Detroit?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And also, they've been draining mid-range jump shots, measuring the defense well, and just taking what they give them.
Here's Jovic, guarded by Harris. 6 to shoot. And here's Love for 3. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 3-point lead. Pass to Reed. Harris a screen. Detroit, no good that time either. For Miami, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. The score now all even. Burks has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Harris. Reed a screen. Harris kicks to Reed. Back to Harris. Pass to Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Highsmith, and that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. As the son of 2 professional athletes, Stan, Shaden Ivey was raised around sports. He knows the culture.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. His grandfather and father both played professional football. His mom played in the WNBA. She's now a college coach, but she also spent some time as an assistant with the Grizzlies. This guy has had sports from the time he was born.
Burks the pass to Jovic. Over Harris. Jovic, no good. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. On the wing, Harris. Covered by Mitchell. Harris setting the pick for Schroeder. Shoots over Burks. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And Jovic gets it to go.
Nice read from the big guy. Love his teammates appreciate that selfless attitude.
Pass to Harris. Now, here's Ivy. Burks covering. And slam dunk by Ivy.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Burks. And he banks in the layup. Burks has got 5 points so far.
Well, it doesn't get any easier than this. They'll take these shots every...
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Miami, thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot drum line. They're thinking about the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Cade Cunningham really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
On the floor for Detroit, we've got Cunningham.
Oh, that was some power on that dunk.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
The shot by Adebayo, no good.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving.
A three-pointer, Wiggins bangs home the trifecta. He's got 8.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin, and they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008, and with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Cunningham for 3. Rebound by the Heat.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Adebayo against Stewart. Pass to Ware. Heat moving the ball around. They set the pick. It's up a three. It's hauled in by Stewart. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Out to the right wing. Outside Hardaway. Fires for 3. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Miami's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. And that counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you. Adebayo with the screen on Thompson. Hero kicks to Adebayo. Sinks the three-pointer. Ware's got 6. This game has a lot of character here in the third period. 6 changes of the lead here.
Intensity is the theme for this one.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. It's a 1-point game. And that one is stuffed right through.
Just powered it down with both hands. You know, he's not going to mess that one up.
No, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. Hardaway from outside. That's in, coming off the assist from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists in the game. Wiggins against Hardaway. Fires the 3. And it's Wiggins missing. The Pistons have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. That's a 2 from Cunningham. And Detroit again with the bucket.
I love the mentality of Cunningham tonight, looking for his shot, and boy, is he producing.
Deep Adebayo, rebounded by the Pistons. 1:14 left in the third quarter. Pass to Hardaway. Stewart, a screen for Hardaway. For the 3. Another 3 for Detroit.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid, coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Well, Greg, I'm sure their coach is very pleased with their offensive flow right now.
I mean, it's harder than it looks to get it going like this. Now they just have to maintain it.
Here's Stewart. Hardaway up top. Takes a 3. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got his 6th rebound on the night. Hero kicks to Wiggins. Ware passes to Hawkes. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution.
On defense, Detroit. Burks for 3. Carries it from three-point range. Burks has got 8. 11 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Beasley. A 3 ball. Got it! Oh, what a hit!
That is such a tough shot.
Yeah, now they are firing on.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. The Pistons on top as they end the third quarter with a big 11-3 run. We'll be back shortly live from Miami Arena. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. Alec Burks is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Jovic in at the 4 slot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. The Heat trail by 5. Burks looking around. With the floater, it's good. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Schroeder outside. Harris a screen on Mitchell. Pass to Harris. Lets the three fly. Highsmith grabs the miss. He'd have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Jovic, no good.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Beasley for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Pass to Highsmith. Kicks it out to Love. Just 4 to shoot. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And the physical defense, not enough to stop Love. He's just too strong down low.
Schroeder dishes to Beasley. Schroeder setting the pick for Beasley. Back to Schroeder. Around the back and lays it in.
How about that finish? Not sure if he needed to get that fancy, but it'll be a nice adrenaline burst for him.
Works for 3. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Schroeder. Misses the 3. The Heat trail by 3. Here's Mitchell. And the shot goes in. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here, Harris outside. Highsmith grabs the miss.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. It can't settle for bad shots.
We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, and no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Schroeder kicks to Beasley. To the middle. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Back to Burks. Pass to Highsmith. Schroeder against Burks. And the Heat, another 3. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Miami.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Pass to Jovic. Over Harris. Jovic, no good. Detroit's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. And it's Jaden Ivey with the foul. That's his first. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been.
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Some of the more difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. Now with the game in the balance, Coach told his team to play loose. Don't overthink it. We got this far playing our game, and we can win the same way. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Hero passes to Ware. Here's Adebayo. Hawkins outside. Count it!
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't Don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Cunningham kicks to Hardaway. Cunningham, a screen on Hero.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
That was a giant trip to the line.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. What do you think we're going to see here?
And they need a 3 to tie. But look, they've got enough time here to find a good look. They can run a play off the end.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So, for Stan...
tonight, we got a great front court matchup.
Yeah, this is a game, BA, I think that has been circled on the calendar. These guys are competitive, but there are positional rivalries that do exist. And the only way you can measure up is standing across from your opponent. We've got that here tonight. Who's going to get the best of who?
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Then it's Clint Capella. Then there's Dyson Daniels. And it's Krejci in at the 2 guard. Here's Krejci. Pass to Risache. Here's Johnson. The 3. The rebound by Ware. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Eric Spoelstra and I got a chance to catch up for a bit. He was talking about unsung contributions, particularly those from Clint Capella. He cited the hard screens, the rebounding, the willingness to get his hands dirty. This is a guy who never complains. He just puts his hard hat on and he goes to work. Brian?
All right, appreciate it, Allie.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Beyond the arc. Capella with a rebound.
Defensively, pick your poison. That time, they gambled off the right guy.
Brent, it didn't take long for Jaquez Jr. to establish himself as one of the steals of his draft class.
Yeah, the interesting thing with where he played was how he gained the confidence of the teammates around him. A lot of expectations about playing winning basketball. Well, Jaquez did a lot of that in college. He's got great feel, great size, and seems to be in the right spot most of the time.
The kick out to Wiggins. It's intercepted. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. He drops it from range.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Takes a 3. Knocks down the triple. Jaquez has got 6 points.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Oh, deflected. Inside. Pass to Wiggins. Hero outside. Now here's Adebayo. Shot clock at 6. Outside Jaquez. Offline with a 3. For Atlanta, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Well, a careless foul. That'll send him to the line for 3 free throws.
Capella's not backing down from that. He shoots right into the coverage to create that foul.
One place Clint Capella really knows how to throw his weight around is on the glass, Brent.
Yeah, it's been a little while, BA, since Clint Capella has led the league in rebounding. And, of course, that was a little bit different offensive system. But he has the size and the instincts still to go up and get the ball off the rim or from lob passes to be effective inside.
Now here's Wiggins. Lets it fly. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
And this is why Wiggins' coaches encourage him to shoot it, because they know how effective he can be.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Krejci. Shoots over Hero. And Atlanta misses again. For Miami, they've gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Adebayo from long range. Rebounded by Johnson.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Capella, the pass to Krejci. Screen by Capella. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops.
Well, Capella at that size really has no issues spotting the open man.
Wiggins from long range. Capella with a rebound. Atlanta's gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Here's Daniels. Connects from downtown. Daniels has got 6.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
There's a screen by Wiggins. Jaquez. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
Pretty much no one is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Capella finds Johnson. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And a slam dunk by Capella.
And that's where you want to feed Clint Capella deep down on the interior part of the paint. Let him power it through.
Jaquez no good.
I admire the play call. They just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
And that one's good.
Yeah, great look for Risache. Close in, gets it done.
Here's Adebayo. And he lays it up and in.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Atlanta leading by 3. Pass to Krejci. And here's Capella. Here's Daniels. 6 points for him. Johnson a screen on Jaquez. Daniels, that one's true.
And another one from distance. He's hot, and they keep feeding him.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo slams it in.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball.
Well, that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
He gets it up. And it's good.
2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
They are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
Yeah, they're going to review that shot to make sure he got it off in time, but I think it's going to count.
The first quarter all wrapped up, and it's been an exciting game so far. The Hawks on top, up by 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Atlanta.
They've done a great job facilitating shooters. Their early game has seen a lot of hot passes and has kept the defense guessing as well.
It feels like the three-point line has opened up really early in this one, too. They've been looking confident from behind the arc, but there's a lot of attempts going up.
And the Hawks, looking at who they've got. We've got Trae Young, also Karis LeVert out there. Terrence Mann is out there with Onyeka Okongwu. And it's Gay in at the 4-man position. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something." That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop. And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. The Heat with the lead. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
It's his first trip to the line. Grant, when you talk about consistency and officiating game to game, you think there's room for improvement?
You know, I do think so. I mean, they're allowing more contact, but overall, more clarity on what constitutes legal guarding position would help players and officials.
And here's LeVert for 3. Sinks the tray. LeVert's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Burks for 3. Gay with a rebound. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's LeVert on the wing. Three-pointer, no good.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. You just missed it.
Pass to Burks. Love, a screen on LeVert. Burks for 3. Atlanta with a rebound. Stolen by Burks. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes. Play.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
A good shooter with a smooth stroke. LeVert's ability to hit shots can take him very far in this lead.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by LeVert. The Heat have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Pass to Burks. For 3. Offensive rebound. Here's Highsmith. There's a screen by Love. Highsmith passes to Burks. Shot clock at 5. Love for 3. Okongwu with the rebound. The Hawks trailing. It's LeVert on the wing. There's the 3. And it doesn't fall for him. Made 2, missed 2 now. And for the Heat, they're shooting around 29% in quarter number 2. And the basket by Highsmith.
With the defense trying to protect the interior, he pulls at the arc and drains it.
Mitchell finds Burks. Love a screen on Okongwu. Burks for 3. The rebound by Atlanta.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
On the fast break, LeVert's energy is everything. He sticks with the play the whole way and sinks it.
On the push, here comes Atlanta. His man. Pass to Gay. Screen by Young. Gay misses. And for the Heat, they're shooting the ball at around 42% for the game. Highsmith passes to Mitchell. Outside Burks. There's a screen by Love. And Burks with the basket on the assist by Mitchell. Burks has got 8 points here in the quarter. Hawks trail by 4. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Young, the pass to LeVert. Spins. Back to Young. To the wing, right side. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Love's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Over to the wing. Here's Jovic. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And so it's Miami closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. They've been very effective from the three-point line. That's the key for them so far. We'll be right back after this word. Well, for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Without question, Jaime Jaquez displaying his skills today.
Through the first 2 quarters and change, his perimeter shooting continues to be spot on.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on him just a little bit.
Hero and Jaquez Jr., they man the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo, and it's Ware in at the center position. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
Here they come with numbers in transition. Here's Ware, and that one is stuffed right through.
You love how eager Wiggins is to involve his teammates. That's a nice assist.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Jalen Johnson is developing the complete game. He said, I watch the guys who do everything. That's my mindset. I want to be at least solid in every department and then keep building on that, adding bits and pieces here and there. Brian, his versatility is already drawing attention league-wide.
Yeah, there's no question about that, Allie. Thank you.
not a lot of plays drawn up for Capella, so his energy and involvement come from that kind of activity there.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Outside Jaquez. The kick out to Wiggins. The three. Offensive board. Adebayo up top. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. Outside Johnson. Lays out. Wiggins with a steal. Adebayo in the post. Over to the left wing. Back to Wiggins. And finished off by Adebayo.
And for Bam, it doesn't get any easier than that.
Hawks trail by 8. Here's Krejci. 5 points in the game. Three-pointer. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 5 rebounds in the game. Adebayo from long range. Hits the three-pointer. Adebayo's got 11 points.
Man, bigs like Adebayo gotta drain shots to keep the defense honest. Nice to see him working on that part of his game.
Here's Daniels. Drills it from deep.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
What a response here from Wiggins, marching right back and answering with a triple.
Here's Krejci. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Miami leading by 11. So Miami ends up going with a new group.
Krejci. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:52 left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Oh, got that bucket in no time at all. Mitchell's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Right side Young. Puts up a three. Hits the trifecta.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Lets it go from the wing. The rebound by Atlanta.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
No good on the three. The Heat have gone 6 for 9 in the half. Love for 3. And Young pulls it down. And so it's Young with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 11. And it's Young again missing. Miami has gotten 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. They get it again. Outside Burks. Counted from distance. He's got 11.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Let's be honest. That's not a shot he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot off. That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
The three is up. Love grabs the miss.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
Miami shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. That free throw is good from Mitchell. Both free throws good from Mitchell. Here's Young. 27 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Oh, it's stolen by Mitchell. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Here's Burks. Pass to Highsmith. This one for 3. Okongwu with the rebound. Left side man. Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
Surefire, one-handed stuff.
Yeah, with his focus, he's not going to miss that. And so it's the Miami Heat looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And Atlanta, looking at who they've got. They've got Onyeka Okongwu, Trae Young out there with Karis LeVert. Then it's Terrence Mann, and it's Gay in at the 4. And there's a pick, puts it up, and Burks gets it to go. And the Heat lead by 17. Here's Atlanta with the ball. Pass to Gay. Back to Okongwu. Up top man, puts the move on, and he takes it up and lays it in.
Bad idea leaving him open. He needs more defensive attention, not less.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Hawks trail by 15. Young, the pass to Okongwu. He takes it in. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Here's Jovic. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. For Atlanta, they've gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. There's Young with the 3, and the three-pointer goes.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous lapse there defensively.
On the wing, Burks. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Burks has got 5 points in the quarter.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Outside Young. From behind the arc. Rebound Miami. Love's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Jovic's shot is off. Hawks trail by 15. Young with it. Guarded now by Mitchell. Okongwu, a screen on Mitchell. Young from long range. Fires in the triple. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. On the wing, Mitchell. The fadeaway. The rebound by Atlanta. Mann's got 4 rebounds in the game. Right side Young. Pass to Mann. Now here's LeVert. Here's Gay. Softly drops in the floater.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Here's Young. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
So for the Hawks, Capella, he's checked in for Okongwu. Johnson comes in for Gay, and it's Rizichet in for Mann. And so he's good on all 3 free throws. And that narrows the gap to 7. Wiggins with a screen on LeVert. Takes the 3. The rebound by the Hawks. Here's Atlanta with the ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Fast break. Here come the Heat. Wiggins for 3. Wiggins for the triple. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Heat.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. And that's produced some easy scores.
Adebayo, that's good.
Bam connecting from the outside, that makes him scary when he's knocking down Jays.
Here's LeVert. Here's Young. Here's Rizichet, pounded by Wiggins. Pass to LeVert. From the arc. Sinks it from distance.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
And so Hero will bring it up for the Miami Heat. They lead by 7. Wiggins from long range gets the 3 ball to go.
Finishing the game strong. This is how you shut the door on any hopes of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Oh, it's stolen by LeVert.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Well, realistic at this stage of the game, they're going to lose this one, but will they take something from the loss?
And here are the Heat now. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Hero for three. Knocks down the triple. And the Heat lead by 13.
You can feel the excitement in this arena. These guys have done one heck of a job.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. So no problem for Miami as they get. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
It's time for the NBA. And what a matchup. We have here. In the front court, Greg.
Yeah. Each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Risacher and Johnson. Then it's Daniels. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's Krejci in at the shooting guard. Now Capella following Tobias Harris's three-point attempt. Pass to Risacher. It's deflected to the inside. And Thompson throws it down.
I think the rim could be 12 feet off the ground, and Thompson could still go get the line.
Here's Krejci. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
The assist goes to Daniels.
Now, here's Cunningham. Pass to Duren. Back to Cunningham. Outside Hardaway. No good on the three.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Man showing some terrific range.
And through hard work, this has become Harris's bread and butter. A knockdown shooter off the catch.
What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. Here's Krejci. Takes the three. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist from Duren. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Risacher wide open. And the three ball is good. Risacher's got 8.
And such a nice stroke for a rookie. Risacher looking like a polished shooter already.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Daniels, no good. For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Jalen Duren, a physical specimen, is improving the finer points of his game, including his vision. He said, I feel like I've always been a good passer. I've developed more of that as my young career has gone on, understanding the league better and how to win. Kevin?
Yeah, D.A., you know, it takes time, but nice to see his development. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Oh, defending Cunningham, boy, a challenge. You have to pay extra attention. That's when you leave someone open.
Here's Krejci. There's the triple. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. It's tipped. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
They get the rebound. Out to Harris from outside the arc. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Pistons.
And really a combo forward with a solid outside touch. Harris is the ideal fit for the modern NBA.
And that one's good. Reza Shea.
Yeah, and when you're hit, you gotta hit back.
A bit of a duel going on between them. Came down the floor looking for immediate takeoff.
And Duran slams it in.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
And a wide open look for Cunningham. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Cunningham's got 6.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent partly because of his versatility.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Here's Thompson. Can't hit from the elbow. Deflects the pass. Hardaway with the steal. Here's Duran. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Pistons ahead. Up 4. And back in. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Detroit.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
They've out-hustled their opponent so far in this one. A lot of points in the open floor, and that's giving them the advantage.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Terrence Mann. He's out there with Karis LeVert. Hands out there with Okongwu. And Gay is in at the 4.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
And LeVert's game goes to another level when he plays D with energy. It's hard to take him off the floor when he's impacting it on both ends.
The putback is no good. The Pistons leading. Beasley outside. There's the 3. Here's Reed. Oh, he misses the dunk.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And you look at the Detroit Pistons, Stan, so much young talent, but the chemistry is a work in progress, clearly.
Well, it is, Kevin, and they're working on it, but it's hard with so many new faces, and they still need a second and third guy that they can build around. They've got a lot of good role players, but they need a couple more stars.
Second personal foul. Team second.
Schroeder outside from the arc. Gay with the rebound. Atlanta's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Okongwu kicks to LeVert. On the wing, Mann. Just 5 on the clock. Over Ivy. Mann can't hit. Pistons have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. A three-pointer is right on target. Schroeder's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And has gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. LeVert with it. No scoring in this one. It's stolen. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Pistons have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Beasley for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Gay's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
On the wing, man. Ivy defending. Back to man.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Pass to Gay. Back to LeVert. Here's Gay. Shot clock at 6. Crafty move. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's man. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Schroeder dishes to Beasley. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Beasley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Pass to LeVert. Launches a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor it.
Ivy finds Schroeder for 3. Beasley. Gay with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 5. It's LeVert on the wing. Okongwu with a screen on Ivy. LeVert from outside. Pass to Gay. On the wing, man. It's another look. Goes up again. He knocks it down.
There will be 2 minutes.
We are not going to halftime just yet. Officials signaling they are going to review the tape.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on that one, and so a good time to go to the...
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The Hawks, 38.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Zachary Rieseschick has been, in a word, sensational.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
And defensively, they're giving him too many good looks out there. They need to start running him off the line.
And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there. Thompson and Harris are their forwards. Cunningham is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. And it's Rieseschick missing. Stan, for 4 seasons, you were the head coach of the Detroit Pistons. We were just talking the other day. What a great sports city Detroit is.
Oh, I absolutely loved my time in Detroit. I've still got 2 kids who live in the area. And great sports fans. Hard-working people that really value hard-working teams. And if you are one, they will be behind you all the way.
for the tie. Atlanta with the rebound. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. Lets it go from deep. Frames the three-pointer. Krejci's got 5.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
For 3, Harris. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists now in this one. Pass to Daniel. Here's the 3. The shot misses. Pistons trail by 3. Taken away. Here's Krejci. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hardaway for 3. And again, it's the Pistons from deep.
And credit Harris for creating that high percentage look, scanning the floor and finding the best option.
Here's Daniels. Ricochet in the corner. Pass to Krejci. Johnson with a screen on Hardaway. Jacks up a 3. And the basket by Krejci. Krejci's got a pair of 3s now here in the third for the Hawks.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Duran. Good work defensively by Capella.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And then Johnson with the jam.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Cunningham for 3. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the 3-point. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
At the line for your Pistons, Cunningham. K. Cunningham. 3 shots.
The officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And it's Hardaway atop the key. And they get it. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Krejci. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Thompson. Cunningham for 3. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Atlanta leading by 8. Over to the left wing. 50 seconds left in the third. Fires the 3. Rebound, Detroit. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2-for-1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a team-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
Here's Ricochet. From deep, Johnson drills it from outside. Johnson's got the lead up to 9 now for Atlanta.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
There's the lob to the hoop.
And unfortunately, we've seen a few too many of those. A lack of concentration, a turnover, and an easy bucket in transition.
The shot by Thompson, no good. Atlanta's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Three-pointer, Daniels buries the long-range jumper. Daniels has got 11.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And so it's Atlanta. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. I personally love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Nance. Terrence Mann is out there with LeVert. Then it's Okongwu. And Gay is in at the power forward position. Okongwu with the screen for LeVert. It's good from long range. And the Hawks lead by 17.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
LeVert with a wide open look. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Well, what I love about his three-point shooting is the spacing that he's adding. It makes things a lot easier for everyone else.
Sinks the triple.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Not enough on that one as it misses.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Atlanta leading by 15. Three-pointer, LeVert. Pass to Nance. Here's Gay. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Mann. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Stewart's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Beasley with a clean look. Drains the three-pointer.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Atlanta has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. It's Beasley on the wing. Looking for Nance, and he gets it there. They're running. LeVert from outside. They get it back. Pass to Gay. Here's Mann. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's LeVert. The second chance effort. The shot's good on the assist by Nance. 14 points for Caris LeVert.
And LeVert is playing with such passion on offense. He's just not afraid to play a big role on that end.
Ivy with the bucket.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. He needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
LeVert from outside. Pass to Mann. Puts up a deep three. And it's Reed pulling it down.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Here's Gay, and count it from 19 feet away. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Hawks.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And also, guys, they pushed the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
A nice shot by LeVert.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hawks.
The sheer volume of three-pointers was the deciding factor tonight, it seemed.
Yeah, they sink one and then do it again, and that strategy did work.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Caris LeVert.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
And the first one at the line is good. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Duran, he's checked in for Reed. Asar Thompson comes in for Malik Beasley. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Jaden Ivey. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Shot and game clock separated by 5. LeVert inside the line. Pass to Daniels. Lets it go with a 3. Duran pulls it in. Here's Thompson. LeVert inside the line. And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg.
NBA games aren't played on paper. But if they were, this game wouldn't be close, Brent.
You're right, BA, but we're not doing it. We're out here on the court, and we want to see guys going at it. Tonight, given where these teams are, can the underdog step up, rise up, and get an unexpected win? We're going to find out.
And the starting lineup for Miami. Hero and Jaquez Jr., they man the backcourt. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the center position. Adebayo, that's good.
Too much to worry about with Bam when he's in the post and on the elbow making plays. And now he's making threes? Wow.
Here's Harris. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Here's Jaquez. Misses the three. And here's Detroit. The open shot by Thompson. The rebound by Ware. About a minute into this first quarter, we'll grant the Miami Heat are as professionally run as any franchise in this league.
Yeah, and certain numbers point to that. They minimize turnovers, they don't commit cheap fouls, and they hit their free throws. So, in other words, they don't give anything away.
I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr.'s role is to be out there and gun away, so ready to shoot that time.
Wiggins for three. Duren with a rebound. For Detroit, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. They get it back. Out to Thompson from outside the arc. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Ooh, good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
And Brent, 2 of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Asar and Amin Thompson.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Asar came in a little less heralded than his brother, but he might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with JB Bickerstaff. Right away, he acknowledged they're facing one of the best defensive players in the league in Bam Adebayo. He told me Bam can do it all. He can protect the rim, he can defend in isolation, he can rebound. So we have to keep our composure, be aware of his presence, and not let him dictate what we do. All right, let's send it back to you guys.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. And the shot's good by Wiggins.
Good to see Wiggins out there from the corner. Just great rhythm on that three.
Pass to Hardaway. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Out to Thompson. Adebayo against Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Cunningham. Shoots over Hero. Offline from the top of the key.
Well, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
Adebayo from long range. Duren with a rebound. The Pistons lead by 3. Duren with a screen on Adebayo. For 3, Hardaway. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Hardaway's got 6.
Yeah, so some operation right there out of the pick and roll, and Hardaway Jr. making a smart decision in that set.
1:49 left in the first. Yep, that one goes.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Adebayo from long range. Duren with a rebound. Duren's got his 4th rebound in this one. Cunningham passes to Harris. Here's Duren. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. It's Wiggins on the wing. He's watched by Cunningham. Adebayo, a screen on Cunningham. Here's Ware, covered by Duren. There's a screen. From downtown. And again, no good by Miami. Detroit leading by 8. Hardaway with a screen on Hero. And here's Cunningham outside. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got 4 rebounds in the game. Oh, stolen by Harris. Hardaway from outside. Second chance shot. Duren kicks it out to Hardaway. Goes up from the top of the key. Rebound Miami. Jaquez against Hardaway. The 3-ball. And that one's good. Jaquez for 3.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Here's Harris. The putback. He knocks it.
2 minutes are allowed to review.
They're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Pistons ahead, up 5. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Pistons.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers. They're capitalizing.
We've got Isaiah Stewart. Ivy's out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Paul Reed. And it's Waters in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit starting the second. Last season was tough for the Pistons, Brett, setting an NBA record by losing 28 games in a row.
BA, I'm a glass half full guy. I'm going to go on the bright side. Look at their core. It's led by Cade Cunningham. This guy is ultra talented. He's still in his early 20s. They have a lot of young talent on the roster. They're going to be better, and they play way better in the second half of the year. So how's that for some positivity?
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
And out of bounds, Detroit will have it. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you. And down it goes. 2 points.
Yeah, Stewart, not the longest big that you're going to see in the NBA, but man, he can be crafty around the rim and use his size to his advantage.
Kicks it out to Anderson. Takes a 3. And Reed pulls it down. And Schroeder has got the ball here for Detroit. Pass to Reed. Fires for 3. Offensive board. 3-pointer Stewart. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Well, good sign here as Stewart showing he has the range to step back and do that.
Love a screen on Stewart. Anderson for 3. There's a screen by Love. The 3. The rebound by Stewart.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts, but otherwise the mindset is I just got to get the next one to go, and you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Schroeder can't get it to go. Heat trail by 11. On the wing, Mitchell, covered by Schroeder. The Pistons on offense. They're on an 11-3 run. All right, Brent, what do you see in Isaiah Stewart's game?
Well, coming in, he's always been that junkyard dog mentality, right? Try to play physical, rebound, bump guys around. But there's a little bit more to Isaiah Stewart and the way that he can shoot the basketball, expanding his range and knocking down some three-pointers. So some flexibility and some creativity on the offensive end. I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Pass to Waiters. Lets it go from deep. That one falls. Coming off Schroeder's feed. Waters got 9 points now in the quarter.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective. And he's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
Here's Waters. And here's Ivy from the arc. Rebound Miami. Love's got 4 rebounds now. The 3 from Mitchell. Outside Love for three. The rebound by Detroit.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Fires the three, and that one's good. Waters got 12 points.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game. That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And here's Ivy from the arc. Another three for Detroit.
The answer, Jaden Ivey, right back at you.
There's 25 seconds left in the second. Stewart against Burks. Kicks it out to Anderson. Three-pointer. Love, a screen on Ivy. Anderson for three. And so it's Detroit. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. They've done well to disrupt the opposition, playing inspired defense. More 2K action in just a moment. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. And an intentional foul right there. All right, Brent, in an ideal world, if you're team building and you have the ability to build around a type of superstar, what would that look like for you?
Well, BA, the game has changed so much. We see that the most valuable players now, today, are big wings that can handle the physical rigors at both ends of the floor, playing offense and defense, have the ball in their hands, and create advantage every time they touch the ball, whether they're scoring it or making plays for their teammates. But the biggest factor is this guy has to motivate and ingratiate himself to the rest of the team. Those are true high-level championship caliber players.
And on the floor for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. Hero and Jaquez Jr., they man the backcourt. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. And it's Ware in at the center position, locking down the middle. Thompson, no good. Heat trail by 14. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Free throw's good, Adebayo. And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete, year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year, and the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
And make no mistake, Cade Cunningham is the engine of this team, Grant.
Man, his vision and playmaking are crucial to the offense. Coach trusts him to make the right reads and set up his teammates. He has cut down on mistakes and is rounding into an elite point guard.
Wiggins outside. That one is cash from Wiggins.
Getting Wiggins something in the catch and shoot, that's just good offense and keeps him in a good rhythm.
There's Cunningham with a three. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 6th rebound on the night. Hero with the bucket. Hero's gotten his first points in this one.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
For three, Hardaway. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
They get the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pretty nice work there in the open floor. Hardaway Jr. good at running to the right spot on the court and being ready.
Adebayo, that's good.
A defensive breakdown. Can't afford to leave him open from range.
Cunningham looking it over. Hardaway up top. Down low. There's Cunningham with a three. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got rebound number 8 here already in the game. And that one drops. And it's now only a 5-point Detroit lead.
So fun when you make the right read on the break and Hero did so there.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. And it's a completely new group for the Pistons. A different look for Miami. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
It's great to see a fantastic block on replay once again.
Oh, now that was a block. Some much-needed energy there to jumpstart them back into this game.
Anderson can't get it to go.
Not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Pass to Reed. There's the triple. Fires in the triple. A minute 58 left in the third quarter. Now here's Anderson. There's a screen by Love. And here's Anderson. Stewart defends. There's the three. And Reed pulls it down. Reed's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Stewart. That one no good. Love with the defensive effort. Offensive rebound. Heat. Here's Anderson. Connects on the 17-footer.
Ooh, that's a great matchup for him just because of the size difference right there. He makes that mid-range shot at a very high percentage.
Schroeder passes to Waters. That one falls. Coming off Schroeder's feed. Waters got 15 points.
He's been shooting with great consistency tonight. Love to see that confident play on offense.
Launches it. Anderson can't get it to go. The Pistons lead by 9. Here's Waters. 15 points in the game. Three-pointer off the mark. Outside, Anderson. The three-pointer off the mark. Detroit has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Pass to Waiters. The three is up. Let's go with a three. Gets it. He's 6 for 10 and looking confident out there.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
It's Anderson on the wing. And there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Seven seconds left to play in the third quarter here. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
First personal foul.
And he drops the first.
At the line, the Heat.
And Love drops them both. 7 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Waiters. And he knocks the jumper down. Waters got 8 points in the quarter. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Pistons. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Ivy's out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Isaiah Stewart. Then it's Paul Reed. And it's Waters in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. Anderson for 3. And Reed pulls it down.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
A nice shot by Ivy.
Hot off the pass, Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Anderson for 3. Kept alive. Launches a 3. Sinks it from distance.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Here's the 3. Anderson pulls it down. Heat trail by 15. From deep. Out to the right wing. Here's Highsmith. And it's off from three-point range. The Pistons have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Here's Waters. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. Waters got 23 points.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Outside, Anderson. Oh, almost had a 4-point play right there. But he'll go to the line with a chance for 3. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Yeah, what stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
And it seemed like throughout this game, right after the jump ball, they've just been feeling it from distance, getting all the looks they want and continuing to take advantage of that three-point line. Those interior passes can be dangerous sometimes, but if the timing is good and you execute it there, you can get easy hoops.
Anderson for 3. Detroit with a rebound. Duran's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And Harris throws it down.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
Love it when Wiggins plays with this kind of confidence, especially off of the dribble where he can get dangerous.
Outside Hardaway. Out to Harris. Jacks up a 3. That's good from Hardaway on the assist by Harris. And the Pistons lead by 19. Pass to Anderson. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And again, Miami with a triple.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
First personal foul. First team foul.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Here's Duran. And the dunk by Duran.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Another shot. Back to Cunningham. Launches it from deep. The rebound by Wiggins.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
No good from outside. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Pistons.
All their efforts on the boards ended up paying off.
And just 2 tough rebounding teams, but they gave the extra effort and were rewarded for it.
The shot, no good. Heat trail by 20. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Anderson.
Detroit has gone 4 of 8 from three-point land during the fourth. It's stolen by Jaquez. Wiggins from long range. Oh, they get a hand on it. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Pistons.
Pistons basketball.
They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A., keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
And that one's good. Cunningham.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like, B.A., they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
And here's Harris outside. And Hero grabs the board. 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Anderson. Count it.
Anderson.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And he jams it home with authority.
And this is where Cade Cunningham showing his ability to get above the rim as a point guard. This makes him special.
They get it back. Anderson. There's Cunningham with the three. And count it.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put the